So, welcome to Drawing and Sketching for Beginners. And drawing has probably been hard for you for a few reasons. First of all, drawing is hard for you because maybe you pick up a book and the book says, and it's a book on, it says drawing something like anatomy for beginners. And the first step is to draw this cylinder somehow and draw this. You want to start out with a simple line. You want to do this. Then all of a sudden, you go from here. Then you want to add some facial features. That'll be step 2 that you see in the book. I'm just sketching out a few things here, and I've been doing this for a while, so this is going to be a little bit. And then all of a sudden, the last panel is this. Like, then add details, and all of a sudden, it's this really polished figure or a person or whatever it is, and it's got shading on it, and it's the person, and they've got like add light and details. And so it's like step 1, step 2, step 3. And that's what you've seen. And then you feel like, well, okay, it's step 1, step 2, and step 3. Well, and then you try and draw this, and maybe if you were lucky, you were able to draw whatever you saw in that book, but it didn't help you draw anything else. The reason is because this does not help you out at all. If you don't understand step 1, then you're not going to get to here without any sort of understanding that these eyes right here, these eyes go in a certain place. They have a certain proportion, they have a certain shape. If you don't understand shapes, then you're not going to be able to draw the eye. If you don't understand that this is a sphere and it is a round object, then you're not going to be able to turn that sphere. If you don't understand what light and shadow is, then you're not going to be able to draw some sort of shadowed, shaded version of a face with all of this detail into it. And you definitely can't do it in 3 steps. So if you've been looking at art books and not been able to draw, it's because those art books are for immediate. Those are immediate art books. So if you think about it, beginning, intermediate, not immediate, intermediate, and advanced. Some of those books are even advanced. There are a few anatomy books. As someone who teaches anatomy, it is very advanced, very advanced. But it says it's for beginners. Maybe you've looked at somebody who's had a YouTube channel and they've shown you how to draw something, and they've been drawing for 20 years. They just might not, they might be an awesome artist, but they might not be that good at teaching. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. But just because you're a really good artist doesn't mean you're a good teacher. One of the greatest artists on the face of the earth, Frank Frazetta, they asked him in his DVD that I bought years ago, well, why don't you teach? He said, I just don't have the patience for it. I can't do it. He's like, if you don't get it, I don't understand why you don't get it. And that was very profound for me because here's this master level artist who I'll talk about at almost the very end of this course. And you'll see some of his work, and you can look up Frank Frazetta. That said, he just wasn't going to teach. Not because he wasn't a great artist, but that was just not something that he was going to do. So there are artists out there that are just not really great teachers. And maybe drawing has been hard for you because you've bought something before and it turned out to be what I call a watch me draw. Watch me draw. Or even worse is watch me paint. That's where an artist sits there and does something so incredible and they say that it's a tutorial, but you've really just watched them draw for 2 hours or an hour and you paid money for it. And so now you're thinking, wow, this is a really good DVD or a really good download. Was it a really good download or did you watch a really good artist draw? And are you even any closer to your artistic goals? Maybe drawing has been hard for you because you've heard a lot of this other stuff out there and you've heard that Here are some tips and tricks and secrets, and let me just stop you right there because there are no shortcuts. You just got to learn. You got to learn lines, you got to learn volume and form, got to learn shapes, and all this stuff creates every single thing that you see around you. And when you get an understanding of lines and shapes and form and volume, and just understand some basics about perspective and maybe some basics about light and shadow and the way that light falls off, you can draw anything you want to draw. So drawing has been hard for you because there's just a lot of information out there, and a lot of it is really bad. Not a lot, but enough of it. You'll run into more bad than you'll run into good. And so, what I want to do is demystify all of that stuff for you. So, if you've not been able to draw so far, it's really not your fault. I don't want you to be too hard on yourself because unless you understand some of the basics that you're going to learn in this course, you're not going to be able to draw, or you're not going to be able to draw as well as you should be able to draw. So, drawing isn't been hard for you because of many, many reasons, and we are going to fix that. I will see you in the next video.